Hello and welcome to In Depth. I'm Tina Jha. South India and Odisha were put on alert since late last week for what had been developing into India's worst cyclonic storm since 2006. This was Cyclone Fani that had been hovering off the east coast of southern India. Cyclone Fani is the first cyclone to be categorized severe by the Indian Meteorological Department since Cyclone Mala made landfall in Myanmar in the year 2006. The weather forecast on Monday morning was that over the next 24 hours, it could even turn into a very severe cyclonic storm. The Met Department predicted heavy rain at isolated places in Kerala on the west coast on 29th and 30th April. But it ruled out the possibility of the cyclone descending on Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. Odisha is on alert. The state government has directed officials to take all precautionary measures. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also in touch with officials on the progress of the cyclone. Today's edition of In Depth takes a close look at the threat of Cyclone Fani, the phenomenon of cyclones itself, how they are formed, the destruction that they can cause, and how they get their names. Cyclone Fani is expected to intensify into a very severe cyclonic storm by Tuesday and will continue to move northwest and change its path to northeast from Wednesday. According to the Met Department, landfall over Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh is ruled out. However, the possibility of landfall in Odisha is under continuous watch. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has directed officials to take preventive measures to deal with Cyclone Fani. He has asked officials to be prepared to provide all possible assistance and urged them to work closely with governments of the affected states.
Cyclone Fani is very likely to intensify into a severe cyclonic storm by Monday evening and could take the shape of an extremely severe cyclone by Thursday. The government has put NDRF and the Indian Coast Guards on high alert. According to the Monday bulletin of the Cyclone Warning Division of the IMD, the storm is about 620 kilometers east of Trincomalee in Sri Lanka, 880 kilometers southeast of Chennai, and 1050 kilometers south-southeast of Machilipatnam, Andhra Pradesh.
Cyclone Fani is located over southeast Bay of Bengal, about 840 kilometers southeast of Chennai. It is moving northwestwards and is expected to continue its northwestward movement till 30th. From 1st May, it will change its direction of movement and will move towards northeast towards Odisha coast.
The National Crisis Management Committee, the country's top body to deal with the emergency, has assured all the state governments concerned of all assistance from the centre in facing the storm. The NDRF and the Indian Coast Guard have been put on high alert and the fishermen have been asked not to venture into the sea in the wake of the approaching cyclone.
So, we have advised the fishermen not to go into the sea. Those who are at deep sea, they should return to the coast because this associated wind speed is very high. It is dangerous for the boats and the small ships.
The wind speed of a cyclonic storm is 80 to 90 kilometers per hour, with winds gusting up to 100 kilometers per hour. In case of an extremely severe cyclonic storm, wind speeds reach up to 170 to 180 kilometers per hour and could even touch 195 kilometers per hour. Light to moderate rainfall at few places is very likely over north coastal Andhra Pradesh and south coastal Odisha on Thursday. The precipitation is likely to increase in intensity with heavy to very heavy rainfall at isolated places over coastal Odisha and adjoining districts of north coastal Andhra Pradesh from Thursday. Light to moderate rainfall is expected at many places. Downpour at isolated places is also very likely to start over coastal districts of West Bengal from Friday.
Under its influence, sea condition is high to very high. The wind speed at present is 85 to 95 kilometers per hour, gusting to 105 kilometers per hour. Gradually, its intensity will increase, and we are expecting that it will be converted into a very severe cyclone storm tomorrow. And after that also it will continue to intensify. Maximum intensity may go up to 180 kilometers per hour on 2nd May. Under its influence, we are expecting 40 to 50 kilometers per hour wind speed near Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh coast tomorrow. And from 1st May onwards near Odisha coast, and from 2nd May near West Bengal coast.
The IMD has ruled out landfall over Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. However, the possibility of landfall in Odisha is under continuous watch. The IMD is issuing 3 hourly bulletins with the latest forecast to all states concerned. The Home Ministry is also in continuous touch with the relevant state governments and central agencies. The National Crisis Management Committee also met in the national capital under the chairmanship of Cabinet Secretary P.K. Sinha and took stock of the situation. Chief Secretaries, Principal Secretaries of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and West Bengal attended the meeting through video conferencing. The NCMC meeting followed directions from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is closely monitoring the situation. It will meet again on Tuesday to take stock of the situation. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And let's now understand what a cyclone is. The term cyclone refers to several different types of storms that are seen in different places. While some are seen over land, others take place over water. But what they all have in common is that they are spinning weather systems that rotate around a low pressure center. In this report, let's understand what causes a cyclone and what are its different categories.
The word cyclone is derived from the Greek word cyclos, that means coiling of a snake. In meteorology, a cyclone is a large-scale air mass that rotates around a strong center of low atmospheric pressure. Caused by atmospheric disturbances around a low-pressure area, a cyclone is usually accompanied by violent storms and severe weather conditions. Strong winds spiral around the center and pick up speeds of 62 km per hour or more. These winds rotate counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere and clockwise in the southern hemisphere. Tropical cyclones form all around the world, generally about 300 miles north or south of the equator. When they form in the Atlantic or Eastern Pacific, the storms are called hurricanes. In the Western North Pacific, they are called typhoons, and in the South Pacific and Indian Ocean, they are called cyclones.
So we have advised the fishermen not to go into the sea. Those who are at deep sea, they should return to the coast because this associated wind speed is very high. It is dangerous for the boats and the small ships.
A cyclone is formed when a warm temperature of the sea reaches a threshold level and the wind structure is rising. In simple words, cyclones derive their energy from the warm tropical oceans and do not form unless the sea surface temperature is above 26.5 degrees Celsius. But once formed, they can persist at lower temperatures and dissipate over land or colder oceans. They originate over the sea and travel about 300 to 500 kilometers a day. A fully matured cyclone releases energy equivalent to a few hydrogen bombs. The diameter of a cyclone varies from 150 to 1000 kilometers, but their effects dominate thousands of square kilometers of the ocean surface. The eye of the cyclone is the center of the cyclone where the focus lies, and the areas surrounding the eye are the most affected due to strong winds. Cyclones are classified into 5 different categories on the basis of wind speed from category 1 to category 5. Wind speeds vary according to the category of the cyclone from 60 km per hour to about 220 km per hour and above. Once the winds around the low pressure area reach up to 62 km per hour, it is termed as a tropical cyclone and is assigned a name. As and when the wind speed settles between 89 and 118 kilometers per hour, it turns into a severe cyclonic storm. The storm intensifies into a very severe cyclonic storm when the wind blows at a speed of about 119 to 221 kilometers per hour. When the wind speed exceeds 221 kilometers per hour, the cyclone is called a supercyclonic storm. The Indian Meteorological Department scale uses 7 different classifications for systems within the North Indian Ocean. Tropical cyclones are among the most destructive natural hazards in the world. They often produce widespread torrential rains in excess of 6 inches that may result in deadly and destructive floods. Due to intense rainfall, flash flooding can also occur. Heavy rainfall can also lead to mudslides and landslides in mountainous areas. The strong gusty winds cause extensive damage as they uproot trees and damage buildings. Even after the cyclone passes, the trail of destruction continues. Standing water often causes the spread of diseases and hampers transportation and communication infrastructure. Tropical cyclones cause extensive damage to life and property across the globe every year. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Time for a short break on the program. On the other side, we'll talk about some major storms that have occurred in India in recent years. Do stay with us.
क्या हो अगर आप वोट डालने जाएं और आपको पता लगे कि आपके नाम पर पहले ही कोई और वोट डाल चुका है। ऐसी स्थिति में आप टेंडर्ड वोट डाल सकते हैं। टेंडर्ड वोट ईवीएम मशीन में नहीं दिया जाता, बल्कि इसके लिए मतदाता को बैलेट पेपर दिया जाता है। बैलेट पेपर भरने के बाद उसे लिफाफे में बंद कर संबंधित पीठासीन अधिकारी को दे दिया जाता है। चुनाव कराने की प्रक्रिया से जुड़े नियमों में धारा 49(b) के मुताबिक टेंडर्ड वोट की गिनती तब की जाती है जब जीत का अंतर इन वोट्स की गिनती से कम हो।
Watch the big picture with me, Frank Rausen Pereira, at 6:30 p.m.
Welcome back. You're watching In Depth. Every year, there are reports of large-scale destruction caused by cyclones in India. And the worst affected is the southern part of the country. In fact, all the states which are settled on the coastline come in the grip of cyclones. Let's take a look at all the major cyclones that have occurred in the country in the recent past.
Life in coastal areas of India is never complete without cyclonic storms. Every year, there is news of storms battering the state along the coastline. The worst affected are the southern states. Between 1990 and 2014, Andhra Pradesh has witnessed 10 cyclonic storms. Some of the important ones are Leila, Neelam, Helen, Leher, Hudhud. In 2010, 65 people lost their lives in storm Leila, while property worth $11 crore $74 lakh was damaged. Even in Andhra Pradesh, this storm wreaked havoc. In 2012, 75 people were killed in cyclone Neelam and it damaged property worth $5 crore $67 lakh. Cyclone Helen in 2013 killed 11 people, but the loss was more than $80 crore. Andhra Pradesh was very severely affected by the cyclone. In 2014, Hudhud cyclone killed 124 people and the destruction caused by it crossed $300 crore. The neighbouring states and surrounding countries suffered because of this. In Kerala, extremely severe cyclonic storm BOB-06 hit the state in 2000, in which 9 people lost their lives. 8 people went missing. Apart from India, a large part of Sri Lanka was badly affected. In the year 2016, the Nada storm hit Kerala and brought heavy rain. However, there was not much loss of life and property. But in December 2017, the cyclone Oki caused a major catastrophe in Kerala. Cyclone ARV-04 in Maharashtra brought large-scale destruction. It witnessed a loss of 1 crore 25 lakh dollars. Years later, when Cyclone Fyan hit Maharashtra in 2009 and once again spelled disaster for the state. This storm killed 20 people and the damage caused was estimated more than 30 crore dollars. This loss is a total of India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. In the year 1999 in Odisha, cyclone BOB-06 brought about huge destruction in the eastern coast. This storm is also called Paradeep cyclone. With a speed of 160 miles per hour, this cyclone devastated Odisha and Myanmar. More than 10,000 people were killed in the storm. Property worth $400 crore was damaged. Till date, this has been the most devastating cyclone of the North Indian Ocean. In the year 2013, Odisha had to undergo a massive catastrophe once again. This time, Cyclone Phelan caused huge damage to Odisha. It also impacted the neighbouring countries Thailand and Myanmar. 45 people were killed in this cyclone, while 69 crore 60 lakh dollar worth property was lost. 11 minor and major cyclones made landfall in Tamil Nadu from 2005 to 2018. The Fanu cyclone in 2005 killed 273 people, mostly from Tamil Nadu. It also caused a loss of 2 crore 14 lakh dollars. In 2008, Cyclone Nisha took the lives of 200 people and there was a loss of 80 crore dollars. In 2010, the cyclone Jal made a landfall in Tamil Nadu and killed 118 people and 12 people went missing. This storm damaged property worth 173 crore dollars. In 2011, the cyclone Thane killed 48 people. Damage estimated was 23 crore 50 lakh dollars. Storm affected southern part of India and Sri Lanka. In 2012, Cyclone Neelam killed 75 people and 5 crore 67 lakh dollar worth property was damaged. Cyclone Varda in the year 2016 and Cyclone Oki in 2017 also wreaked havoc in Tamil Nadu. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Natural climatic disasters in India cause massive loss of life as well as property. They might be in the form of flooding, tsunamis, hurricanes and even frequent summer dust storms that track from north to south. Our next report takes a look at the different types of storms and what makes them unusual and significant.
Nature has always proved more powerful than humans. Despite development in weather forecast techniques and technological advancements, disasters at many times cannot be prevented. Time and again, we have seen and read about many natural disasters occurring in the country and outside, such as storm, tornadoes, hail, a thunderstorm, etc., causing great havoc. These storms have the potential to harm lives and property through a storm surge, heavy rain or snow causing flooding, lightning and vertical wind. But how does a storm occur? Storms are a natural phenomenon caused by violent atmospheric disturbances over land and water. Storms are created when a center of low pressure develops with the system of high pressure surrounding it. They are classified by how strong the winds are or by how heavy the rainfall, lightning or snow are. Storms that form north of the equator spin counterclockwise. Storms south of the equator spin clockwise. This difference is because of the Earth's rotation on its axis. As the storm system rotates faster and faster, an eye forms in the center. There are several different types of storms distinguished by the strength and characterization of atmospheric disturbances. When the winds in the rotating storm reach 39 miles per hour, the storm is called a tropical storm. When the wind speed reaches 74 miles per hour, the storm is officially a tropical cyclone. Extratropical cyclones are called as winter storms and blizzards. Monsoon-type storms are tornadoes and thunderstorms. Certain violent winds which affect limited areas can also be regarded as storms.
These western disturbances develop in the middle latitude region, not in the tropical region. Therefore, they are called as mid latitude storms or extratropical storms, these western disturbances. Unlike the tropical storms or cyclonic storms, the cyclones usually develop in the tropical region that is to the south of the Tropic of Cancer in northern hemisphere, whereas the western disturbances develop to the north of Tropic of Cancer and they move across in that latitude. But sometimes when they become more intense in the Indian region, they can extend to the southern latitude even up to 15° north.
The weakest tropical cyclones are called tropical depressions. If a depression intensifies such that its maximum sustained winds reach 39 miles per hour, the tropical cyclone becomes a tropical storm. Once a tropical cyclone reaches maximum sustained winds of 74 miles per hour or higher, it is then classified as a hurricane, typhoon, depending upon where the storm originates in the world. Tropical cyclones are revolving storms that begin in the tropics. Storms of this type are called hurricanes in the North Atlantic and Eastern Pacific, and typhoons in Southeast Asia and China. They are called tropical cyclones in the Southwest Pacific and Indian Ocean region. Tropical cyclones form near the equator and gain their energy from the heat that is released when the water vapor condenses into rain. The warm, moist air over the ocean rises upward from near the surface. Because this air moves up and away from the surface, there is less air left near the surface. They are about 500 kilometers across and may have a central region with relatively little cloud and light winds called the eye. Hurricanes are the most violent storms on Earth. In the Atlantic, hurricane season officially runs from June 1st to November 30th. 97% tropical cyclone activity occurs during this time period. However, there is nothing magical about these dates. Hurricanes can and do occur outside of this 6-month period. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
So that's it from us in today's edition of In Depth. We'll be back same time tomorrow with a comprehensive view on some other subject. You can also watch our program online on YouTube and Twitter and leave behind your suggestions and feedback about our program. Thank you very much for your time.